My name's T, baby.
I know who you are.
What you want?
It's the first song himself. Welcome to the stage. Yes, man, thank you for another great show. This one called Stop Blaming. It's been inspired by Eric Thomas. I saw his video and it really touched me because that's the number one thing we do. And I like to call it a stunt. It stunts your growth. I mean, we've been out here years after years, days after days, and some of us all had the same opportunity to grow and blossom. I think we all had the same opportunity to grow and blossom, but some people's hurdles are a little bit different. And I got so many examples, even myself as an example, but I just want to touch base on one of the examples of a person who didn't let their situation hold them down, because he didn't blame. This individual didn't blame. My cousin Jay Davis, man, grew up with the guy. And when I say circumstantial wise, he shouldn't be where he at today. Another guy, Antoine Burst, grew up together. Shouldn't be where he is today. And these young men, and I talk about them because, you know, we all was pretty much in the same circumstances, you know, and we didn't blame. Oh, no, we didn't blame. But I want to tackle Jay's story first, and then I'm going to go into Antoine, and we're going to move from there. And even I can tell testimony from my mom, too, as well. But Jay Davis didn't grow up, you know, with the mother and father in the house. And I hope you don't mind me sharing this. He didn't grow up typical like you would think. I remember him having to rob and, well, I wouldn't say rob, but steal from stores to just to fill his belly. He didn't blame. You know, at adolescence, as a kid, you know, mom's supposed to be there. Ideally, you know, you want mom to be there. His mom did the best she could, but he needed a little bit more, you know? Just a little bit more. Coming up with him, you know, at one point we all started living together, all struggling under the same roof. And I remember vividly in high school, his 9th grade year, he didn't do so hot. No, he didn't do so hot. Couldn't come to get the money to get to school. So he transferred, you know, he put his mind together and said, you know what? I want to graduate. I want to graduate. So he did everything in his power to graduate. He went to summer school, so we couldn't play as much ball as I wanted to play. But he went to summer school, grinded it out. 10th grade year, did good all the way up till still grinding it out because he was determined. He wanted better. He's not going to let him growing up in a hood, growing up in poverty, stop him. Or not having someone to encourage him, stop him. He grinded because he wanted more in life. He didn't blame anybody. And this guy had the right to blame somebody. If you want to blame something, he had the right to blame. But he didn't. You know, he picked up his shoes, strapped them up, said, you know what? I want more in life. I don't want to just be a typical hood guy. No. So, 10th grade year, he transferred from Detroit Academy, went to Southeastern. Then he came back, going into his senior year. Now, he done went 2 summers, summer school, taking care of his business, As much as he wanted to hang out with the fellas and laugh, even though at points he got, he did get that opportunity, but he took his studies serious. Came back, Detroit Academy. We was playing on a basketball team. Things wasn't going right. But he said, you know what? As much as I want to play and I don't want to deal with the BS, I got to go to night school. He didn't blame nobody. He said, hey, look, I know I made my decisions when I was messing around in school, but look, I'm going to graduate. He said, see, I'm going to walk across that stage with you. I'm going to be there with you. Excuse me. So I'm going to be there with you. And I said, you know what, Jay? You're right. Because he kept pushing. He kept pushing. A lot of people would have stopped, dropped out of school. Moms don't care. Or people ain't giving me bus fare. Nah, he ain't do none of that. He ain't do none of that. He ain't make no excuses. He didn't care if he had to ask for $1. He didn't care if he had to ask, because he wanted to graduate. That's powerful. But he kept plugging. Got all his classes together or whatever. You know what? The man graduated high school. Oh, yeah. He graduated high school. Proudest moment. Smiled across that stage. But his life ain't stopped there. Oh, no. Life ain't stopped there. My brother even went to college. Oh, yeah, he went to college. But even in college, he didn't let them circumstances stop him now. He might not have finished, but he saw something bigger. Worked his butt off, ended up getting into Chrysler. Rain, sleet, and snow. Got his ass up early. Early. If he had to get up at 3 o'clock, he was up at 3 o'clock, try to make it at work on time. And he didn't work his way up to being one of the top dogs in Chrysler. He ain't stopped. And he still ain't stopping. Got a beautiful family. Living in the house he want to live in. And he's still plugging to this day. Success. Antoine Burst. Now, he might have had a little bit, some intangibles, but we all had that same struggle. And that young man, he didn't stop. He played around in school, but he got himself together. He said, look, I ain't blaming nobody. We ain't going to blame circumstances. I want to graduate, T. I'm going to do that. I'm going to walk across that stage. And the proudest moment is to walk across that stage knowing that you didn't put in that work. And he put in that work. And even when they didn't have his stuff together, you know what? They said, hey, look, there was a couple credits short of Spanish class. He didn't get deterred. He said, you know what? I'm going to get mine. Finished it up. Got his diploma. Even went to college. He ain't blame his circumstances. Mama wasn't in the house. I living in the hood. Oh, no. And none of us did. And I can go on and on about our trials and trauma with my mom. Great mother. Try to do the best she could. Even through trials and error, and her mother not being there the way she would like them to be there, where she had to steal to do what she had to do to eat. My uncle, all of us going through hardships, but we didn't blame nobody. We strapped up and said we want to be successful. One of the proudest days is seeing my mama graduate college. Graduate college. It didn't matter how old she was. It didn't matter what trials and tribulations. She was working 2 or 3 jobs, still maintaining good grades. She didn't understand that algebra. She didn't understand that algebra. But she still kept plugging, and she passed and seen her graduate. Then also from the graduation to see her own business. That's inspiration. All of us could have quit at some point in our lives, but we didn't. And we didn't blame nobody. Because you know what? Blaming ain't going to get you far. As a man, I do a lot of things, you know. Like I said, in forgiveness, I do ask for forgiveness. But some things I own it. I own my own shit. I own it. If I did wrong, I own it. Stop blaming people for your misfortunes. Stop blaming people for why you ain't got shit. Stop it. We have opportunity after opportunity after failed attempts, but you still plug. You want something bad enough, you go get it. I done seen so many young brothers that had it so hard, so rough, that's successful now. Graduated college, playing ball, on their own establishments. You know, I look at a lot of different things and I see a lot of people just quit. Oh, mama wasn't in the house, or I can't find a job because I won't stop smoking weed. Or, oh man, they trying to hold me back. Nobody was there for me. But it's a lot of people who's in worse situations still plugging from being homeless to being successful. Not overnight. Plugged in. You know, the hardest thing is to own your own. To say, look, I'm the reason I ain't shit. There's some instances that, you know, these traumas and scars that we deal with, they bother us. And we need to talk about them. We need to open up about them. But after you do that, you need to map out your dreams and goals of where you want to be at. Where you see yourself. And you go by that. You go by that. Make a change. Grow up. Time waits for no man. Grow up. Own it. Strap up your bootlaces and let's go. Let's go. These people are a prime example of burst out. Prime examples of burst out. And I believe everybody is a burst out. They part of that burst out movement. Love y'all. Peace.
Ching jingling, ching jingling.
Hey, roll on 15.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, oh.
Roll on 15.
Hello, children.
Black Jack Johnson, NYC, ROCKING, sun and the moon, earth, stars, and planets. Before it's all done, y'all gon' all understand it like